mate.
Nah, I'm not.
Sound terrible.
I'm not singing today. Not a chance. So welcome along to the Mackem Football Show. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one today.
Light on the ground and ill.
You can tell when I'm trying to giggle. It's you've got the raspiness. So we'll do the intros. First and foremost, as we always do, what you're drinking. I'm doing a good old bottle of water. But the funny thing I wanted to point out to you, Alan, is the name of this like lozenge. What do you think? What do you think they call their lozenges? Oh, it's a brand. It's not like all of them, but
Suckers.
no, but close.
What?
Frotties. So I'm going to.
I mean, the Australians naming convention. That's like across the board. That.
Yeah, that's perfect, isn't it? So I'm going to try.
Western Australia. The Sydney Harbour Bridge. You know what I mean? They're all. I think the Red Desert is that one of them. I can't remember. It's all pretty generic.
It's all like.
Let's just call them throaties.
Describe what they're supposed to solve. There you go.
Yeah.
It's class. Well, so Al, what are you consuming this fine?
I've just had a cup of tea, mate. To be honest with you, I went to Crouchy's stag do.
Got
That was the last time I tried it, which was a week and a bit ago, and I thought I'd just give the ale a rest because it was a heavy sesh.
Yeah,
it went pretty well, to be fair.
Wasn't that 2 weeks ago though, or was that during the Portsmouth game?
It was the Portsmouth game. It was 2 weeks ago, pretty much. We didn't see a great deal of it. I'm not going to lie. I saw the highlights. Again.
Yeah.
You can't. In fact, I watched because they put the game on YouTube, so I watched the majority of the game and the highlights as well, and just another good performance.
Brilliant. We do have a third here. Hello, Do West. My camera's on. I'll on. Whilst that's fair. Whilst David's setting himself up, we'll go through everybody's in chat already. So Bong, welcome back, mate.
Bong's back.
Yes. Hello, boys. Glenn Morrigan, no idea what that means. Welcome along, Dale, and Acacia, welcome along. Sheffield United have played just tonight, this morning, whatever, depending on which time zone you're in. They won 2-0, so they climb into the playoffs on 9 points. Is that right?
I haven't checked, mate, to be honest with you.
I mean, with that far clear at the top, it doesn't really matter what the other teams do now.
Yeah, which we're just looking behind us.
Yeah, I mean,
hold on. Don't know if we talked about this. Are you all right? You sound unwell.
Right. Yes. I'll quickly describe it to Alan. But the other day there was a rainstorm, and I've got my Sunderland jacket. So it's one of the Black Cats ones, but like Tony Mowbray-esque kind of jacket. It's water resistant, not waterproof. So I was caught out in the storm for about 4 hours, piss wet through. So I think it's that. So I think I've got a cold from being just wet. Yeah. So this is what it is. Lumpy cough. And just for your benefit, because anybody joining late, I'm having some lozenges called Frotties. That's close.
A bit funny.
So yeah, I've got a bit of a raspy giggle and cough and stuff like that. So I do apologise if it does pick up on the mic, but I'll try my best. Alan's told us he's had a couple of drinks of cups of tea and hasn't stayed away from the booze since the stag do. So what are you consuming?
What am I drinking? I am just about finishing off a can because I wasn't sure this was going on, so I've already had me beer, and it was brewed of Elvis juice. Got a can.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had it before. It's got a weird taste. It's grapefruit, isn't it? I think that's the
grapefruit. Yeah.
I don't think that goes well with IPA. I'm not a fan.
Well, I hadn't had it for a while, so I thought I'm gonna pick up some of these.
Okay,
That's what I got.
cool.
It's all right.
Fair enough. RWS says he's in the background waiting, but there's nobody in the chat to drag along, so I'll see what that happens with that one. Whiskey and honey with lemon. I mean, that would help. Do you think what's your go-to remedy for a cold?
Sleep, mate.
Sleep.
Sleep and water.
Lucozade Sport, mate. That's what I drink when I'm ill.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Al's because they don't really do Lucozade over here.
Replace the fucking what are the hydrolytes that you lose when you're sick?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
That's
seems
normally what I do.
it seems constant, doesn't it? Seems constant. Right. Anyways, so Al didn't get to watch the game. I'm guessing you didn't either, David.
Nope, because I was on a stag do.
Yeah, we were all out together.
Yes.
I can tell you exactly what happened. I looked at my phone and went, "Oh, we're winning 1-0." Then I looked at my phone again and went, "Oh, we're winning 3-0." And I looked at my phone again.
It was like that.
And I went, "Oh,
Obviously, when
it's 3-1."
Hot toddy.
When you're going through the I don't know, the sort of merriment of getting drunk with people, time goes pretty quick, and that's pretty much how it happened. 1 minute we were stood in spoons, and it was 1-0, and the next minute it was 3-0. So we were obviously overjoyed. I'm not saying I'm not surprised, but after the Burnley game, I just thought, you know what, we've got no one to fear. Like we've 3 games in, we've set our start out. We've got an idea and a pattern of play, super aggressive, and I thought he's not going to stop here. So I wasn't worried. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't thinking about Portsmouth could be banana skin like normally you would, wouldn't you? Because it's like a long way to go.
That's it.
Notoriously, Portsmouth has been like that. We either win or they either win. It's one of them, and but I was supremely confident.
Good. I mean, it's a rare thing for us to have, especially considering our last 5 years. But I do like his style of football. It is back to basics. In terms of the vibe before the game though, Al, I was knowing you do the pre-game predictions. I literally called it out exactly. And my prediction was 3-1, and I went, we're going to go 3-0 up, and then we'll concede very late on the game to something fucking extremely stupid. And you could watch back the watch along to that, and it literally played out.
Finish.
It was a really good finish, but what was Luke O'Nien doing for that own goal? It was just, out of the 4 goals in that game, I'm guessing you've all seen the highlights, right?
Yeah, we've seen the goals, mate. Yeah.
Out of all 4 of the goals, only Sunderland's third was a proper goal in my traditional eyes. The first one was that weird clearance that boofs off him. The second one was Roberts, Meander, and Brown all just trying to poke it at it, and just calamity. And the third one, good goal, and the last one, Luke O'Nien. I mean, a goal's a goal sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean, going to the third goal. I mean, I watched highlights, and again, Chris Rigg winning the ball in midfield. For a lot of that, for 17, I just think he's got a bright future. I mean, he set the whole thing off. Obviously, Meander did well to carry it as far as he did, and again, Mundell's obviously confident, but it just all stems from Rigg's reading of the game. Do you know what I mean? And he's not bothered. You can tell when he plays, he don't care who's on the pitch with him, which I love. You know what I mean? No fear. It's great.
Do you think that's just a natural thing with him, or is it
It's youth, mate. It's youth. Obviously, it's good coaching. He's got a good. He's mentally sound. He's got no doubt in his game, and I just hope that continues. Now and then you see it with players like we was talking about Rooney, young players who would come on the scene and don't give a fuck. Owen's another one. So let's just hope the lad. I'm confident he will go on and do well this season.
Yeah, I mean, you've just brought up 2 world beater names, especially in their youth. Do you really put Rig on the same par as Rooney and Owen at the start of their careers? Or
I just
Well,
not. Well, go on, David.
well, correct me if I'm wrong. Rooney and Owen both first on the scene in the top flight. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Rig is not in the top flight, so you can't. I don't think we can say, yeah,
No,
he's as good as those
no,
because he hasn't. Yeah, he's not. You know, he's not playing the best, is he? Let's be real.
yeah, but
He's not playing.
he's only playing what's in front of him, and he's playing international as well. You know what I mean? He's playing under 18s, so you know obviously the national coaches rate him, but you can. We're top of the league, and he's been a big integral part of that. Now, yeah, it's a big step up to the Premier League, but you know, kids can only improve, or youth can only improve with good coaching. So,
Mhm.
you know, let's hope it continues. I'm not saying all I'm saying about Rooney and Owen is it's a similar age, and he's having a big
Okay.
impact.
Fair. I
But
think
you
that's
know,
fair.
someone might say that and take a punt on him. I hope they don't, but you know that might happen next season. But I hope we're in the Premier League with him in it. Not just him, you know, the core of the squad. Job's steady away. He's still a young lad. You got to remember, you know,
Mhm.
can't forget him and in his contribution. It's a lot quieter. Rig seems to be the busier. I think Job's more of a like, you know, he's got bouts of really good skill and passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a game changer. But Rig is a fucking workhorse, mate. He is box to box and he don't stop.
Yeah. Dale's basically agreeing with you. He's awesome. He's special. Bong's saying the crunch and tackle that Rig did for that for the yellow, but also like the tackle he made to get the ball for that third goal as well. Like you're not seeing that from many players, regardless of their age. It is just that, like you said, mentality to just want to get hold of the ball and play a good footy. You can see it from from minute one to whenever he gets taken off the pitch. It doesn't stop, and that's what we as Sunderland fans just want to see week in week out. People who give it their all, regardless of who's in front of them. There's no like you said, there's no fear, and maybe sometimes there should be.
Nah,
Nah,
there's no fear, mate.
fuck
Top
that.
of the league.
Just fucking keep going. Don't fear any cunt.
I know, I'm saying fear. I'm not fearing any cunt. I'm more saying like fear because you've got the immaturity of yellow cards, and we'll all just kick off as soon as he gets a second yellow. You're like, what stupid! But then you're like, oh, he's too young. But he needs that little bit of extra maturity to understand when he's on a yellow card. Those crunching tackles could be seen the wrong way. So it could have went.
Mate, Roy Keane made a career out of it for fucking 20 years. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, and cut them out.
you know, I'm not asked too much about yellow cards. It's the attitude with the players he plays with and the bench and the manager and from what I've seen, and that's not just him. It's everyone. There's no you know discontent. Like if you could think about a couple of seasons, we had that in the side. Like the King, if you remember Maguire. He had again. I like the lad. He played well. Scored some great goals. But if he got took off or he wasn't starting, he's a miserable bastard. You know what I mean? He's moody.
Yeah.
I can think of probably one or two other players like that. You know what I mean? Who, if they didn't get their own way, were sulky and.
Do you know? Do you know? I actually put in that same bracket, Elliot Embleton.
You think?
I think so, yeah. Because like when he's firing and he's given the confidence, he's free flowing. But with as soon as like he's subbed or he's taken off, in the very next game he's like proper Mardy, which is why I think he's been flying since he went out on loan and then got sold because he's the priority man. But he wouldn't be that here still. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. There's Maguire. There's been too many players that are like that. Is anybody in our current squad that you think, they'll switch off as soon as they get subbed off?
Roberts. Roberts, I think he's got that in his locker. I think Will Roberts, he's a confidence player, and I think, you know, you saw. Well, he was injured last season. You know, he didn't have a great season. We all know that, but sometimes you see it if he gets took off or someone doesn't come right in the pitch. He sometimes he can be a bit tempestuous, but it's not overly bad. You know what I mean? It's still a lot worse, but he's probably the only one I can look at and go, he might throw his tellies out. But you've got to look at the stage of his career where he's at. You know, he's how old is he now?
Patrick Roberts is 26, something like that.
Yeah, so he's coming to the sort of peakish career. So he's keen to do well, and you know,
27.
maybe sort of like he's keen to do well. Maybe he's get a big money move or get a, you know, he wants to play in the Premier League and highlight himself because he's been through a lot of clubs. I think he's been fucking City. Did he start off at City? I can't remember.
He was City Academy then to us, wasn't he?
Celtic.
Nah,
No, he's been all over, mate.
Got it right there. I've got it right there. I've picked up Paddy Roberts on SofaScore, right?
Good.
Fulham Academy, under 18s. Then the Man City, 2015, 5.2 million, the bottom four.
Wow.
Then he went on loan to Celtic. Then he went back to City. Then he went on loan to Celtic. Then he went back to City. Then he went on loan to Girona, back to City. Then to Norwich. Then to Middlesbrough. Then to Middlesbrough again. Then to Derby. And then to Troyes. And then they sold him to us.
How much did we pay?
So he's been a talented lad who's been at City when, you know, it's probably not the best time to be at City because they've got like pretty much all the best players in Europe and in the world, if you like. So he's, I think, at the time his life where he's like, right, I want to kick on, do well, win stuff because I'm getting on, and he has got the ability. He could play in the Premier League in a I don't know, mid-table side. I don't know if he could kick on the top six, like, but I just think he's probably thinking, you know, this is really coming up with my last chance to really prove who I am as a player, and to win stuff. He obviously wants promotion with Sunderland, you know, and I think once, you know, we're top of the league and we're going well, he'll play well. It's just if, you know, it's the flip side of that, and being struggling and at the bottom of the league where sometimes players go, oh, fuck this, you know what I mean? I don't want to be part of this. I want to move.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
I can get on board with that. Yeah.
Dale's put in a name there, which I think is quite interesting as well. On that same, do they have a balanced head on it? Dan Neil. Obviously, he's captain for us, but you can see he's been red carded in stupid instances repeatedly already. He had the Borough game last season. You've got the Burnley game this year. He's got it in his locker.
Deary.
Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of disagree. You know, he does get silly red cards now and again, but I don't think he's not a one to throw his toys out about it. You know what I mean? He just his head guns sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And
okay,
I think he is a good influence on the pitch, and he's got much better over the course of the last two seasons. You can't tell me that he hasn't. He is probably one of the first names on the sheet. You know, certainly in midfield when it comes to it. I just think, maybe a bit silly, but we've always had someone who's been a bit silly now and again. Luke O'Nien is the most silly. Catamol, he was silly all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we've already discussed them. Daryl Murphy, he was another silly one.
Daryl Murphy, my God, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's
Darren Gibson there driving up
Darren Gibson.
You're going to see Kevin Ball next.
He was silly on Dovedale Road, for sure. Crashing the bus up the road.
Sorry, not Sea Road.
Wait, it's near.
Cool.
Hey, you know.
When someone told me about Darren Gibson, they went, he's fucking drove up Dovedale Road, smashed into loads of cars. Like the whole of Dovedale Road. I went, nah, it's probably bollocks that. He's probably just drove into one. But he hadn't.
No, he had not. Hit the bus up and everything. What a lunatic. Aye. I'm looking at the so we're just looking at Paddy Roberts. It's brought us back to the scores, you know, the things that they give them, the scores over the game.
Yep.
Chris Rigg actually scored the lowest on the team.
Really?
even though we've been giving them the bits. 6.5.
What
And
was?
there was Job, Ballard, and I say the lowest. Pato was 6.4, and got Chris Grigg 6.5. Job, Ballard, and Trihume 6.9, and everybody else 7s pluses.
Can I ask then? If you've got that on there, can you tell me how many Portsmouth players scored higher than any of our Sunderland players? So basically, any of them that's above 6.5.
Any of them above 6.5. Jordan Williams 6.9, the centre back. Marlon Pack, he was I think he played centre CDM, didn't he?
Yeah.
Their captain. And Matt
Got
Ritchie.
3-1.
They got me 3-1, yeah. But that tells you if their best rated player is a defender and they're still lost, that, yeah.
The best rated player was Marlon Pack, the CDM 7.1. Matt Ritchie on the wing 7, and then Jordan Williams 6.9. Everybody else was
5s probably.
shite.
Yeah.
Shite. No. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're not really that bothered about Portsmouth long term, but.
But well, no, you're right. I just thought it was worth. I mean, with laying the lad with praise. But then again, the stats and the points that they get, they don't work on work rate and watching them run backwards and forwards and all that kind of stuff. They're on tackles and passing and possession and all that kind of stuff. So there's different parts of the game that doesn't necessarily come under those scores. And I think anybody who's watched Sunderland can't disagree with saying that Rig has been pretty damn good. Damn good so far.
Exactly that. I want to call back to about 2 minutes ago, and Bong has been very vocal on this, I guess. Neil is not our captain. Descent does my head in. He's fantastic, but we need him for every game. But get rid of him for Descent at Staffman. So, do you think somebody like Daniel, like you said, the Lugo Nines, the Catamals, they are our best captain, or do you need somebody more like, I don't know, Job or?
No, you've got to have someone with character.
Okay.
You've got to, because there's no point in having fucking.
Well, Alan Brown
Job
maybe.
as captain. Who?
Brown, the new man from Preston.
He's been here 5 minutes.
I know, but he's got the league maturity, hasn't
he? Maybe, and that's up to the manager to give him that at some point. But you start the season off, you go, right, this is the captain. I'm not a big fan of changing captains. I hate it. Does me head in. You have one focal point and one vocal point on the pitch. So, I want my captain to have character. He's obviously got character. You know what I mean? Or he wouldn't have got the armband. Luke O'Neill had the armband. He's got character. He needs someone who can talk on the pitch and orchestrate how we play. And if someone's slacking, to give them a bollocking or to praise. So he's obviously got that. As far as his temperament goes with Descent, I'll come back to Bally was like that. You know what I mean? Bally flew in. Bally gobbed off. You've got to have these players in the team.
I've got a quick question then. Like, say over the since the year 2000, who would you say is your definitive Sunderland captain? I'm gonna throw out a name while you think of the answer. I'm gonna say John O'Shea. John O'Shea is a captain.
John O'Shea was okay, but
he was there. He was our captain for 4 years, on and off, when obviously injuries and stuff. But
my year was probably Barley. You know what I mean? So I'll probably stick with him.
Was that 2000? I thought that was in the 90s.
No, it was before that. 90s, late 80s, 90s. So Barley for me. I grew up watching that Sunderland era culminating in obviously Quinn Phillips.
Yeah,
Paul Gray, Stummerby.
I reckon David's is going to be Pierre Quoi.
He was never our fucking captain.
He was captain for about 3 games, mate. Go on, who's yours? Who's yours? You go, Sunderland captain. That's him. Who are you thinking? Bong's not happy with any of our choices today. He's saying O'Shea. O'Shea.
Who did Bong?
So he went, O'Shea was shite, man, but Barley, well hard. So he likes the Barley one, but not my suggestion of John O'Shea.
John O'Shea, I'd probably say he was a level head, and he'd been there and done that with United. So
And he's
I wouldn't say he was a bad
he's a
captain,
loud
you know what I mean?
commander. That's it. Sometimes you just need
Yeah,
somebody who's giving
sure
bollockings.
he was a captain of his country as well, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
O'Shea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't think it was a bad choice. But like I forget who's like over the years who's had the captaincy, you know. But I don't know. It's a long iteration. You've got to have it for a long time before I remember you. And the only one I can remember is probably is Kevin Wall and John O'Shea, to be fair. So you know.
Yeah. Well, Dave, you use your answer, then I'll go over a couple of ones that I remember like had fleeting captaincies.
Well, the thing is, me and you were the same age, so we're looking at the ones who had a long term, O'Shea and Cattermole, and then I think after that era, kind of got into a bit of shite because we were tumbling down the league, so we're running through players a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, not so long.
I'm not going to go with O'Shea. I'll go with Cattermole. I'll say Cattermole.
Yeah.
And then after that, like I say, it was players in, players out, captain for a season and gone again. You know, I think was Pickford our captain at one point as well.
I remember George Honeyman was at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Honeyman. Christ, yeah, he was terrible.
Cena. I was just thinking, what was his name? Aidan McGeady, Aidan O'Brien. Aidan O'Brien. The Irish influence was quite strong for a long while.
Irish, you know, I think that's. I don't know. Yeah, we have had a Irish contingent. You know, obviously Quinney. You know what I mean? It's
right now Hume.
Yeah, Hume.
Mm-hmm.
And Ballard. Yeah,
Northern Irish. In fact, you know what, Ballard, he's a great player. I love watching it. You know, he's a good reader of the game, powerful lad. Look, when he breaks out from centre half, I'd like to see him to be the captain in the future. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but if he's still learning to, you know, command and be vocal, but one day, I don't know if his son, you know, he should be captain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's ready just yet, but I like either me CDM or centre half to be captain. I'm not a fan of keepers or fucking strikers being captain, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's whoever's performing and can command the team. It's as simple as that. It's back to basics.
I don't know, but I like the centre half captain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sees the whole pitch.
I was going to say centre mid. Links everywhere. Links to defence. Links to strikers. Tells the fucking wingers to get up the pitch, down the pitch. You know, that's probably the ideal position.
Oh, that is so freaky. So Bong's just asked the same question. Do you agree that the captain needs to be in the centre of the pitch, not defender or striker? So you kind of answered that question before you finished typing.
I'd say centre half. I would, and definitely centre mid, but not striker or keeper. I hate that. I hate it when the keeper captain does me fucking head in. What's the fucking point in that? Half the time they just stood in the fucking onion bag waiting for something to happen, and no one listens to them.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
So I get it. Do you remember when we were in the Premier League and we were just about surviving for like 5 seasons in a row? I get why we had a goalkeeper captain then. It made sense because they're the ones that were most likely to see a lot of the ball. For me, it's whoever sees the most of the ball. So if it's down the wing play, give it to a winger. If it's a striker, like it makes sense. It makes sense to me. Like Haaland gets a captain's armband because everybody's looking to him. It's whoever naturally gets that. Yeah, he has been. I think it's Gundogan most of the time now, but Haaland has been captain.
It was Gundogan, and then they sold him at Barcelona, didn't they? But they've got him back because Barcelona haven't got fucking a pot of piss in at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was Haaland, while Gundogan was gone.
So it does make sense. I think it's whoever's the most likely to be vocal. And again, like if you go back in other eras, Van Persie had it, Rooney had it. It makes sense if that person's the focal point of the team. That's I think more important than the position they play.
Maybe. Sometimes it's about who they are as well, though, you know what I mean? You're naming players there
Yeah.
It was superstars, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Ronaldo, that's another one,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He had it.
He had it from the
Fucking
bench.
great player, but fuck me, was he a moaning bastard? I would hate to fucking play with him.
I mean, he still is. He still is.
Fucking cool.
Isn't he like 75 and still playing in the Saudi leagues?
Maybe, yeah. That's why I'm a Messi fan, mate. Didn't get a peep out of him, mate. Just when I went skinned a load of boards and scored goals. Didn't see a fuck all.
That's it.
What's going on?
Getting
burgled.
No, so I've got the window slightly cracked and I can see light like changing, and it's just traffic going past. So it's I thought it was people walking past the window, which is creepy, but no, it's just traffic. Yeah, no. What's it? Right, I think that naturally breaks up that point. Welcome along, Chris. It's what happens in the dressing room that counts. Exactly. So that kind of does follow on to my point. So Reggie Lebris, first month in the championship, wins manager of the month. Any surprises with that? It might be. It might be. But is any surprise? I don't think.
No surprise. No.
And he fucking shouldn't it? Like,
he's won the first 4 opening games comfortably, not conceded any goals from opposition teams. I mean, Ligo 9 scoring against us is kind of funny. What happened there?
You glitched the Matrix, man.
So yeah, for me it makes complete sense. Like the manager who gets the most points and does it with the most style wins manager of the month. So
yeah, but totally expected. Who got player of the month?
Who was he up against?
Watford.
We know
the Watford gaffer, because they're unbeaten as well. They're unbeaten as well. It's usually a running of 3, but yeah, there was Watford and Burnley, but obviously we beat Burnley, so oh well.
Who got player of the month?
United.
I don't know who got player of the month actually.
I don't think it's been announced yet, but hey, let's have a look.
Look, manager of the month was announced yesterday, so player should be.
Oh, we both announced together.
Oxford striker Mark Harris was named Sky Bet's Championship Player of the Month for August.
Is that because he scored a fucking worldie?
Harris. Hold on. Harris led Oxford's championship return with a goal in each of their 4 games. So he's got 4 goals.
Who's that?
Yeah, but didn't he score a fucking volley from about 40 yards out? Was that him? It was an Oxford player. I just wonder if it was him.
Oh, okay.
Cracking goal.
Okay. So that's interesting that it's not any of our players.
Was it against Blackburn?
Can't remember, but it was a fucking hell of a goal. I've seen it on the highlights.
Yeah, but Alan, like goal of the month and player of the month should be 2 completely different things.
I was just wondering if it was that lad who's got player of the month, though. I wonder if it was him.
It was him,
what a fucking goal that was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That was him. Just had a look. Great goal. Beautiful goal.
Mm. But
so there you go. Yeah. As it should. Fucking 4 wins.
Tomorrow then.
Yes.
What's your thoughts?
Predictions. Yeah, sorry, I've just completely mind blanked there. Yeah. So Sunderland play. Who do we play tomorrow? Plymouth. Yes, Plymouth.
Rooney's.
Rudy's masterclass.
You got this 100 quid on them to get relegated, yeah, or what?
Well, they've actually got a couple of points, haven't they? I think they've got a couple of draws.
Didn't they draw the 3 opening games?
No, they've got 2
they
points.
Lost one of them.
Look. Draw, loss. That's
okay.
The 4.
What I'd say about Plymouth and Rooney.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to say so. I hate saying, and I hate being overconfident and going, yeah, we're going to fucking steamroll them, because football's football,
Yeah.
you know, and strange things happened when you're going around the twist, if you know what I mean. So I'd like to think Reggie's got more tactical nous than fucking Wayne Rooney. I'd like to think that, you know what I mean?
I don't think you need to think it, Alan. It's proven. It's proven in yeah.
I know, but football's football, Smudge,
Oh no,
and there's
yeah.
banana skins all over the fucking place. So all I'm going to say is Reggie's probably done his homework and knows exactly how to play. So I'm hoping for a win. It is away from home; it's a long way, you know, for the fans to go. So a performance, if they got a draw, would I be overly bothered? Not really. I'd be happy with the point. I'd be disappointed if we got beat off them. But ideally we want to win. But I'd take a draw just for that momentum, not being beat.
Yep.
You cannot expect them to beat us, Alan. They're rubbish.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, you know. But you.
Do you think they're going to pick up their first win against the top of the league? Do you reckon?
So
No, I'm not saying that, Davey. But strange things happen, mate. You know this in football. All I'm saying is he's probably done his homework, and I expect to come away with a point minimum.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just jump in there. I think with Sunderland, we're always semi rooting on the underdog, and when we're the one on top, it's a little bit like squeaky bum time, really, isn't it? Like we can't ever just get overly confident in that kind of situation because we are normally the one on the bottom trying to like bite up. It makes us really nervous knowing that. Well, Plymouth have got basically nothing to lose. They can put whatever they want out, and as long as they don't get hammered like 5-0, they're all right with the result.
You got to remember, it's still early in the season, so you know who's to say that Plymouth United are running form. When you get to the fucking Christmas and beyond, and you're in the bottom three and you're getting pumped, then you can say, right, we should turn these over. But at the minute, I just think, you know, I'm never one for it. I'm always the fucking glass fucking half empty. You know what I mean? So
I'm just trying to find out what Rooney's record was.
You should win.
So technically, Rooney has got a win with Plymouth in the EFL Carabao Cup. So he's won one, then lost it and got knocked out. But he has won his first game. Didn't it take him like 12 games to like get a win with Birmingham last season? Like he literally didn't win for ages. Because
who did they play in the Carabao Cup? You know, was it a weekend team that they played? Did they play someone in League Two? I mean, you can't use that as a kind of a sounding board for what they're going to do in the Championship. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm looking at their squad right now. By the way, I know probably one or two of them. Right, their best average rated player is the goalkeeper. They've scored 2 goals in the 4 games. 1 goal by their goalkeeper is their best average scorer of a player, 7.6 on average, which means tells me that their goal is getting fucking peppered, and he's making some saves.
So So
Do you know what I mean?
they beat Cheltenham 3-0. They drew 1-1 to Hull, 1-1 to QPR, lost 2-0 to Watford in the cup, and then lost 1-0 to Stoke City. But they lost the opening day of the season 4-0, didn't they? So not a great start.
2 goals in the league. Ibrahim Sissoko,
and both of them in 1-1 draws. Yeah. I feel really nervous when we play a team that literally has nothing to lose. Or what they're gonna.
I think if we turn them over heavily, I don't think it'd be good for Rooney. Do you know what I mean? And he probably knows that. You know what I mean? He's looking now at this. What he's probably thinking is, right, lads, we can turn our season around here if we fucking beat these or get a result against Sunderland. You know what I mean? That's what he wants. So that'll be his opening gambit, I think. He's sort of pre-match talk. It'll be, if we turn these over, we can kick on. That's exactly what he's going to say.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know about how talented some of their players are because I don't know them overly well. Like you know, it's just another team we play, so I don't know how their talisman is or if they've got any. You know what I mean, and how they play. So I wouldn't know.
I think they're going to have genuinely. It's do you know how last season we had not Portsmouth, Rotherham, and I think we lost the opening one against them, and then we smashed them the second time round. I have the exact same vibes about Rotherham as I do with Plymouth this season. I think it's second season championship struggles for them, and that's especially getting Rooney in. The Rooney appointment doesn't make any sense to me. So I
Fucking
did.
mental.
Bad choice, like I don't know how he must have some dirt on the Plymouth fucking board members or something. Like,
It's
how is he?
word of
How
mouth,
is he pulled
David,
that
man.
job?
Not word of mouth. Sorry, it's fucking his name. It's like, you know, oh look, we've
All
got
right.
Wayne Rooney as a football manager. He's fuck all.
But he's shite, Alan. But he's shite, Alan.
I-
Like, what's he done? He got Derby relegated. He got did poor with Birmingham. Like,
Yeah.
he's done nothing. Like,
But when you listen to him talk, like if you say if he does a show on that with the weather, like for instance, if he does the overlap, he's got an patter. He's got a little bit of bands, like dressing room bands of like, you know, how it used to be and things he's done and achieved. But as far as tactical nous goes, he's just another player who's trying to transform his career. You know, the other gone two ways to the other gone into management, or coaching, or kind media. You know,
I think he's more likely to get in the media now, isn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't know what he wants to do. Whereas, look, if you look at Labrie, he's obviously studied the game, you know, at a high level, and he's educated in the game and sport and coaching. You know, and you can tell that because we're top of the league and they're nearly fucking bottom. So, you know, I don't know. It's just, but seeing that football's football, and you never know. But I'm confident we won't get beat.
That's good then. I'm going to wrap up that point and add on to Bong's one. So Sunderland's fitness levels are far superior than Plymouth. 100% agree. I think overall, in current year, Sunderland are just a much more professional club. It's that simple. They're still chomping at the bits to prove themselves as championship, and we're trying to kick on. So yeah. We'll see how it is and how our third season in the championship goes. But I think predictions wise for this game, I am going to back Sunderland to get a fifth win. I know it's probably jinxing it, but I'm going to say a 3-0 away win.
It's the old juju in it. You don't want to ruin the juju.
And you still got to always add that little caveat, right? Open up a brothel, says DL. just to balance out the karma. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna stick to my 3-0 prediction before the game. What about you guys? Are you good?
I'll go with a cheeky 1-0. Davey, what are you talking?
Well, I'm gonna go dead in the middle, 2-0. I don't think they're gonna score. Like, I'd be disappointed if they scored. Like, I haven't watched the highlights or anything like that, but you know, I've seen bits and bobs. And I'm looking at the stats, and I'm thinking, these are poor. This is a poor team. Like, I can't see them scoring. I really can't, and I think that we've got too much. 2-0.
Have we got any injuries?
I'm aware of.
Obviously, I'm not Alicia, obviously, but anyone else?
We've got that bloke who we signed, who was injured until fucking Christmas.
I don't know. Pavero? No, Pavero's fit now.
No, it's not him. It's a different bloke. Hold on.
Tell you in a
second. Tell you in a second.
Seconds. Right. Well, so
it's, Abdullahi.
Who?
Abdullahi.
I like how we both just went.
Someone knew about it when they signed him, decided surgery was the best option, so we'll be back around the festive period.
All right.
There you go.
So why not buy him in the January market? That makes no sense.
Because probably did get him cheap.
Yeah. You've got Bong saying 4-0, Dale saying 3-1, Chris saying a 3-0 win, but not holding our breath. I think all of us are, I think, rightly confident that we should be picking up something at the very least from this Plymouth game. But yeah, I don't think injuries wise, mate, there's anybody to consider. The only real, I think, tactical decision for Labrie to make is does he bring in Dan Neil after his 1 game suspension back into the fold?
No, not at the minute. You can't.
I'm going to say he's going to.
Sorry.
I think he's going to.
You can't, mate. It's well.
But I think
He's
Brown
the manager
drops.
at the
I
end
think
of
he
the
drops.
day,
I think he
but I
drops
wouldn't.
Brown. I think he drops Brown and puts
Really?
in Neil. Yeah.
Well, if he does that, he does that. And we just got to trust the manager's decision. But if I was a manager, I would be like, nah, I wouldn't change a winning team. A winning starting team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I'd like to see. I know my end has done well. And he got a good assist. A lot. Did you see Brown nick his fucking goal off him?
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if that was going to go in. So
It was no, it was that was
maybe he
gone
did the
in.
right thing. But
That was
I'd
gone
have
in.
been pissed off. Was it?
Yeah.
It was going in 100%.
Do you know what it also robs, by the way? It robs Patrick Roberts of a goal assist, a goal contribution.
Yeah.
Who did? Oh,
Yeah.
Brown.
Brown,
Roberts would have got the assist. Yeah.
But seeing that Meander he's obviously done well, and he got another assist for Mundell.
Mm.
But I'd like
2
to
goals,
see.
2 assists. That's what he's got so far.
I'd like to see Wilson.
So yeah, Wilson's getting a call out from Dale, and Meffen's getting a call out from Chris, and Neil will come back, says Bong. So there's 3 changes, but do you think they're necessary? Potentially, or do you think they're more likely to come off the bench?
Bench should be bench, but I'd like to see Wilson get more minutes. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I've really seen enough of him. You know what I mean? So a different style of play. Obviously, he's not. I mean, in the sense that I know Meander's busy and he runs the channels and he's a smaller player, but bringing Wilson in is watch his game. Is he a hold up player? Is he? You know what I mean? I'd like to see just a bit more, see what he's about. Not the.
I think that's fair.
It's another tool in our box, if you like. If we're struggling and we can change the game up. So I'm looking forward to seeing him play. Actually,
cool, good.
He was
Me
brought
too.
on for Paddy Roberts, wasn't he? They took Paddy Roberts off and put him on. Smithy, you probably know this because you actually watched the game. Like, what happened? Did they leave 2 up front? Did they put 2 up front, or was he playing on the wing where Roberts was? What happened?
So he kind of cut in more often than Roberts does, but he was out on the wing. So it felt like a strange 4-4-2/4-5-1. It was like the right wing all of a sudden just collapsed in on itself and went to the edge of the 18/D. It looked and felt weird, which might work because it's not something that most teams are used to.
Yeah, but do you know what? I like that about Reggie. He the way he can change things up for me. Do you know what I mean?
He tries stuff.
He's got different things in his locker. Yeah. I'm not going to mention he who shouldn't be named, but the old passing along the back 4, where the players haven't got a fucking clue. I haven't seen any of that. It's good, mate. It's good to watch.
That's it. Well, my camera's gone off for some reason. There you go. Is there anybody that you think they're likely to go out because they're not performing? Because I know you said you'd like to see Wilson, and I think Mayenda getting punished just for a little bit of a I want to see what he's like kind of thing doesn't make that much sense to me. Because
I think he'll come on. I think he'll give him more minutes, but again, I don't think the manager. I think he's looking at him. He's a methodical type bloke. People's personalities don't really come into question. It's what their output is, what they're doing for the team. You know what I mean? He's not bothered about. I'm not saying he's robotic, but I think he's a methodical thinker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see. That's why it's good to watch Sunderland at the minute because you don't fucking know what's. I mean, we're playing good football, but you don't know how he's going to approach the game, and you start watching the game and you go, oh, I see what he's done there. You know what I mean? It's good.
Yeah, it is good. Do you have any thoughts?
Nope.
Nope. Fair enough.
Oh, all right, mate.
All right, good. Good to have you on.
I mean, this is the podcast where we talk about our thoughts. I've got
Grand total of 0 at the minute.
I can only agree. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was blatantly obvious. I said it last week. I said it the week before. Blatantly obvious at the end the last season, the second half of last season, that we had the same playbook and no plan B.
Mm-hmm.
And we probably didn't have a plan A. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I totally agree with what Alan said. It's nice to see I'm doing something different, putting someone mad on the wing, moving the fucking goalpost a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's good to see it. And we've got a load of good players in, or supposedly good players in after the transfer window. And I'm struggling to see. I'm not struggling to see how they're going to get into the team, because I think we'll see them. But I'm struggling to see them displacing anyone who's currently in the starting lineup, because we look at it, we've played 4 games and we've won four games. Like, how can you change your team around? Do you know what I mean? Like, unless you've got an injury, or you've got a tactical idea where you play 5 at the back, or the I don't know, the centre half's a midget, so you play a lot of wing play and whip it into the box. Unless something like that happens, I can't see him changing a winning team, a good, strong winning team. I think there's only been a couple of changes. I think like Brown because he was injured, Dan Neil because he was because he got a red card,
Elise because he became injured. Yeah.
We keep him the core of the team, and so I mean, I can only go ahead with what you've said, and long may it continue as long as we keep winning.
Yeah.
When's the FA Cup game?
Till we start losing them again. Will you stop fucking changing things?
Yeah.
When's the FA Cup game? The first one.
Is it third round that we start, or?
I don't know, but that's when I think he maybe do big changes. Obviously, he did with the Carabao Cup, so he may, Mackem, Wilson. That's when we get a really good look at him for 90 minutes. You know what I mean?
I think we do. Like, I think Championship and Premier League teams all join in the third round. I believe. I was trying to Google that. That's usually January, right? It's like after Christmas. It's usually. Yeah, because they start the third round after, like, the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. So there's like a little bit of cup buzz. But that's a good little mini tangent, because the final point I want to wrap up on the stream about is just how the international break probably affects clubs that are flying like us. Do you think, because we've got let's put it, an underdog in Plymouth coming up next, that international break might not really affect us? Or do you think
how many players do we have away at international? Obviously, not Ballard's one of them.
we had the Irish lads, and that was it.
Was that it?
Yeah. Oh, and technically, Juice and Bennett.
Injured, if there's no one injured, I don't. I don't think it's going to affect us too much. You know what I mean? But
it shouldn't, in theory, but I think it slows down everything that you because you've got this week in, week out high flying buzz, then you're just 2 weeks off. It doesn't. I think it dampens it. If there's both the teams out of the cup, I think the rest of the games should continue. But they only start that at the quarterfinal stage, don't they?
Oh.
The EFL, the FA, they only allow multiple games after that. So international break can halt all of the Premier League and Championship, but you can get some League One games if no international players are on the squads for both teams. Yeah. Continue games. But with cups, they interrupt everything.
Yeah, I think we should be alright, to be honest. I don't think it's going to affect us too much. The only thing that affects is everyone's morale, because I fucking hate it. You know what I mean? It's boring.
Did anybody watch the England games? Because I fucking did not.
I didn't fucking watch any of them, because I can't be arsed.
Well, to
fucking England versus Finland.
What's it for? Like, come on. Like, what is it for?
I actually did watch the Irish game. versus Ireland, and I did see the 2 goals, which was interesting to see. Rice and Grealish obviously scored the goals, but as far as Finland went, I had really zero interest in it.
To be honest, like, since Southgate lost to Hungary 4-0 at Molineux, I'd give up caring. Genuinely give up caring on the international side of it. It's just.
Call me when there's a major tournament. I'll get on the hype train.
I think genuinely my interest might peak more when a Sunderland plays back in it. It might be literally just see how that player's getting on.
Yeah, maybe. But it's like anything international in it. It's like the fucking Ashes. You watched the last fucking few overs, didn't you?
I'd never watch
that was
cricket.
exciting.
I really don't. I don't watch cricket. I think it's the most boring game in the world. But I'm glad somebody likes
You're
it.
in the wrong country there. They fucking love it all.
No, didn't say that way. You are, mate. Get your fucking head kicked in.
No.
Be like, hey, this guy says he doesn't like cricket. Beat him with fucking cricket bats.
I don't like
Beat him
cricket.
until he likes it.
Oh no, I love it.
I love it.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, it takes 5 days to play a game, anyways.
Before we go on, Davey, can we have some odds? Can you fucking text Ivan and give us
yes,
some
please.
odds tomorrow?
You mean Tony Ivans?
Tony Ivans, give him a text, mate. Just
Tony
perfect.
Ivans, he's got to go undercover now. He's in Saudi because can't be doing any gambling.
Give me the odds for 1-0 Meander. 1-0 Meander, which is what I'm going to put on.
1-0 Meander. Okay, give us a second. I'll just text Tony now.
Is he allowed to do that in Saudi?
Is he allowed to text?
Is he allowed to do gambling?
It's Tony Ivans. He's texting me, not the other one.
Tony Ivans.
Ivans, mate.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, no, there is no gambling. Gambling is strictly prohibited in Saudi Arabia.
So would be getting the odds allowed?
I don't know what the punishment is like. I mean,
it'll probably be like
not death, is it? Are you
no, I think that's a bit much. I'm on my way. Paul and Lee Shaw, welcome, friends of the channel. So Paul Wilson might be joining us when we're wrapping up. We'll see. Welcome, Paul. If they ever ninja played for Ireland, be bad news. I don't know.
Well, Alan.
Yeah.
Meander 1-0 is a mega 31-1.
Is it?
That's worth a fiver, surely.
What Sky Bet?
No, Paddy Power.
Well, I imagine the odds would be
it's Tony Ivans.
similar to Sky Bet. Right, I'm happy with that, mate. Like, that's good odds. It's worth a fiver, that.
Yeah. Hume is unbreakable. Yeah. What about 3-0? What about just a plain old 3-0, no goal scorers given?
3-0. Okay. So, I mean, 1-0 Sunderland 7-1. 3-0 Sunderland 12-1.
Oh.
So I mean, still all right.
1-0 Plymouth 12-1. 3-0 Plymouth 55-1. A 0-0 draw is 11-1. Do you reckon? What would happen if it was 0-0 tomorrow?
You know what? Though, that's
good.
Them odds there. The odds for all the things you said there are pretty good. You know what I mean?
Because, like you said at the start, Alan, nobody knows what's going to happen with Sunderland this season. We're just that unpredictable. Even when we're on top, I think we haven't looked our best, which is bizarre. We've played really good, but we look like we're not in first gear yet.
You get an enhanced price on Sunderland just to win, 3 to 4. Do you know what I mean? I mean that's practically evens. Just for us to win.
Oh, I think I've gone with the scoring 1-0 and me end up with that 31-1. That's pretty good.
31-1.
31-1. Never heard that one. It's normally 30-1 or fucking 33-1.
Well, it's actually 30.94 to 1.
It's very specific.
So you put £1 on, you win £30.94. Let's round it up for you.
Cheers for that maths, David.
Well, actually, it was, you know,
Right,
Oh, it was actually Tony Ivans.
Tony Irons.
yeah, Tony Irons was telling us.
Right. I think
Oh, what's the odds? The odds, Tony. I forgot to do that. Hey, is Andrew still doing fucking shark watch or have we not
well,
got
he's
anyone
not. Well,
else
he's
on
not
the-
on.
No,
He's not on
he's
this
not-
week, is he?
He's
So
not on tonight, is he?
Well, I know he's not here. I'm just talking in general because I can't remember if he did it last week or the week before that.
well, the week
No.
before that, we actually didn't have anybody out on loan.
All right. Do we have anyone on loan now?
Yes, we
Triantis.
have Triantis again, to the same club. So
We know this.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
talked about
actually,
this
yeah,
extensively. You brought the news to
Yeah,
us,
he-
David.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you know what he was? He was fucking player of the week in fucking Scotland. They were playing him in midfield as well.
Yeah, he's not breaking through our midfield. So the likelihood
I
is
would
he's
David,
going to
let's
go.
get it right, mate. Up there's a different standard, mate. He's probably had a fucking a pie and a fucking can of iron brew and then just ran on the pitch and do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
put
man.
his fag out quickly and ran on.
That's it. Right, lads. Do you want any wrap up comments before we end the stream?
No, are you watching the game, Smudge? Are you
I
streaming the game
am.
and all that business?
I will be. Yes. I need to figure out what bloody time it is because I think it's 11:30 because I'm in Adelaide at the minute. When I'm in Melbourne, it's
well,
exactly at
we're-
What time
midnight.
is it now?
It is
What time is it
7:34.
there now?
7:34.
I'll
7:34. So
Well,
you're 8.5 hours in front of us.
I'll either be on the stream or I'll just be commenting on the stream, mate.
Perfect. That's ideal.
Aye.
Nice one.
I
Wait.
will.
I don't know if I
not-
got remember Crouch used to watch it like so. I don't know. He did say it. What are you doing, David?
I'm away, so I'm gone. I'm for Natalie's birthday. We've booked a glamping.
Oh, that's right. Aye.
Little-
He's on the way, aye.
little pod with a hot tub outside. So I'm
Nice.
I am out
You got-
of reach from any screaming beans for at
Yeah,
least
but
24 hours.
you can still jump on the old Discord with Smudge and watch it, you know.
Well, in a hot tub. Do you want to? They do hot tub chats on Twitch and that, don't they? So
Yeah.
want us to get it?
I mean, you could,
Well-
but please wear like a full dressing gown
In a hot tub.
in a hot tub. like you're on Channel 4 breakfast.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm going to be naked because I think of it that'd be a bit weird.
Right,
like,
I think
but-
we'll
Right.
end it there.
Right.
Right.
Well, lads, fuck the wags. See you tonight.
Yeah. I see
See you
you
later.
later.